So you're going to put out that cigarette, we're going to put this fight on hold, and go have sex.
And I don't want us to fight like we've been doing the past few months.
Well, I wasn't the one who was blowing our cover by having a tiff with my boyfriend.
You know that feeling, right? You've had a disagreement with your partner, and you're trying to talk about it in English, but the words just don't quite fit. It's so frustrating. Well, don't worry, because today we are going to fix that. We're going to find the perfect words to describe any kind of conflict, from a tiny little spat all the way to a huge blowout. So, you might say something like this. And you know what? It's a great start. Seriously, the meaning is totally clear, and that's half the battle. But we can definitely make it sound a whole lot more natural. So, does that sound a little familiar? If it does, you are in the right place. We're about to break down exactly how to move past these common little mistakes and start expressing yourself with way more confidence and, precision. Let's dive in. All right, first things first, let's get the absolute basics right. This is a really simple change that is instantly going to make you sound more natural when you're talking about disagreements. Okay, look at the difference here. It's subtle, but so important. Instead of saying a fighting, a native speaker will almost always say, we had a fight. And that other phrase, oral fighting, which is kind of a direct translation, a much, much better choice is we had an argument. These two words, fight and argument, they're your foundation. They are your go-to basics. Right, so we've got our basic words down. But let's be real, a tiny disagreement about what to watch on TV is a totally different universe from a massive emotional blow-up, isn't it? The words we pick should really reflect that difference. And that's where this idea of a conflict spectrum comes in. Just picture it like a scale, right? Going from really mild to super intense. Choosing the right word isn't just about sounding more fluent, it actually shows that you get the emotional weight of what happened. It's about nuance. So, we can break this whole spectrum down into 3 pretty simple levels. We'll start with the small stuff, a minor tiff. Then we'll level up to a real argument. And finally, we'll get into the vocabulary for those really big, huge fights. Let's check them out one by one. Kicking things off with level 1, these words are perfect for those little, everyday annoyances that are over almost as soon as they start. If you say, we had a tiff, or we just bickered a bit, you're perfectly capturing that low-stakes feeling. It basically signals to whoever you're talking to, hey, it was no big deal. Okay, let's move up to level 2. This is where things get a bit more serious and the emotions are running higher. We had a row is a great one. You'll hear that a lot, especially in British English. And notice the small differences here. Getting into an argument is about the event itself, but having a falling out suggests the fight actually created some distance between you. And now, level 3. This is for when things get really intense. I mean, these phrases have some serious power. Calling something a huge blowout or a massive row paints a picture of a major, major conflict. My favorite one on this list has to be a shouting match. It's just so descriptive. You can almost hear it, can't you? Okay, so you've nailed the basics and the whole spectrum of intensity. Awesome. Now, if you really want to kick it up a notch and add some real color to your English, let's dive into a few fantastic idioms that native speakers use all the time. This is the fun stuff. First up, we have at loggerheads. This describes that feeling when two people are just completely stuck. You're not necessarily yelling anymore, but you are so fundamentally opposed on an issue that you just can't find any common ground. You're at a standstill. Now for something a bit more positive. You know that weird tension that can linger after an argument? Well, to clear the air means you have that really necessary, honest chat to sort things out and just get rid of all the bad feelings. It's all about moving forward. And this is what we're all hoping for after a fight, right? To bury the hatchet. It's this wonderful idiom that just means to make peace, forgive each other, and decide to move on. The fight is officially done, and you're back to being you. So we've learned a ton of new words and phrases today. But why is this so important? I mean, this goes way beyond just getting the grammar right. Let's talk about the real takeaway here. So here's what it all really boils down to. Having this vocabulary gives you clarity so you can describe what actually happened. It helps you build a stronger connection because you're showing you understand the emotional side of things. All of that boosts your confidence. And at the end of the day, better words can lead to better communication and maybe, just maybe, a faster and kinder resolution. So there you have it. You now have a full toolkit to talk about any kind of conflict, from a tiny tiff to a massive blowout. So I'll just leave you with this one last thought. Now that you have all the words to describe the fight, what are the words you use to make up? Thanks for tuning in.